Hello guys, Mark Holmes here, and as always I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, you know it don't work without you guys. And it's been a long ass day today. And the work don't care what time it is. The work says you got to get work done and get a step. So, worked on that bathroom today and got to get these pieces laminated up so we can start sanding these things out for our big ass flower planter custom work that I'm doing. And then tomorrow morning I need to get out of here. What's going on? Wow, we got quite a few people. What's up, people? How you doing? How you doing? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of my life, because you guys truly are part of my life. So, Ivy League schools have said we're not doing a fall season. For me, I'm not a big college football fan, so it doesn't affect me too much. In fact, if the NFL has a season and college football doesn't, guess what happens? Saturday football. We're talking about Saturday football because the NFL has already got, listen, the NFL has contingency plans on top of contingency plans to handle anything and everything. And they're throwing shit on the wall right now. Players, we need to hold 35% of your play just in case, which amounts to $2.24 billion. Player Association is like, the fuck? The hell you are holding no money? Shit. They're also working on options for players to say, we don't want to play. We're going to opt out. And I think this is more about liability than anything else. Because if somebody gets sick, they can look to them and say, hey, you weren't required to be here. You had the option to, opt out. So from the standpoint of that, that's protecting the NFL and the Shield. Because what's up? Oh, Aaron. Watched some old videos of yours today, including a long trip to Dallas. Oh, man. That's what I'm going to miss more than anything else. I got to tell you, I've been blessed in my life to have done quite a few different things. And I got to tell you, I love driving. I love being one with the road. It gives me a chance to actually just think and just get stuff, come up with shit and stuff on that. How have I been? Man, I've been great. I've been doing great, man. But it gives me a chance to clear my mind. When we drove to Dallas for the draft, having E2 Blue, having DMV, having Blackhawk, having even the stinking Giant fan, having all these great guys together, talking football, 1,340 miles down the road, through the night, not sleeping and eating sandwiches and, having a few beers and, that was incredible. And even last year, I gotta be honest, I screwed up because I forgot which opening weekend was, and I made my plane reservations the wrong weekend. So I didn't have a plane ticket, and for the last minute, I had to turn around and just drive to Dallas. Damn. I was going to cry. I was literally ready to cry when I found out that I didn't have a plane ticket and I wasn't going to the season opening game. Cowboys Experience had the whole thing planned out. We had autograph signing with Ed Tall Jones and Drew Pearson and everything else. I had followers that were going to come to meet me and things like that. And I screwed up because I got the plane ticket wrong. But the drive down there with E2 Blue with Michael, it was hard. It was, believe me, because I didn't have any sleep. I worked all day, did my live stream, was packing, and realized I ain't got a plane ticket. sitting there going crazy and trying to come up with a plan. And then I get in touch with E2 Blue, and he's like, okay, I'm there. And he gets here at 1 o'clock, and we start driving right then and there. And that was cool. In fact, one of the things, oh my God. This is huge, man. This is huge. I don't want to say it out loud because I'll probably jinx it. But see, that RV, having that RV and the trip, oh my God, that was like freaking heaven to me. I loved having an RV. You know, I could live in I'd be okay living in an RV. And so in the back of my mind, I'm sitting there thinking, I want to get me an RV one day. I want to be able to roll in, because see, I would fit it. It would be the mobile man cave. I'd outfit that sucker so that way I got my, you know, my smoker. So I got my deep fryer and stuff in there. So I could just like pop in at a stadium, boom, all of a sudden have an instant outdoor kitchen and just ready to tailgate for a couple hundred people. You know what I'm saying? Outfit that sucker, just roll in it, kind of like the Madden bus. And I'm like, yeah, but I can see my wife would be like, nah, you don't need an RV. That's a waste of money and stuff. But somehow she was going through, she had like a diary, right? You know how women have diaries? I don't write that shit down because that should have come back and bite you in the ass. You don't want to put nothing on paper. You want to keep it up here because you got plausible deniability. But she had this, she was going through and she was looking back, 15 years ago, some of the same issues that we had back then, we still got now. It's like, oh, Lord, see, that's why you don't want to put shit in writing. But she said, like wish list, own an RV. I was like, what? It's like, yeah, I can see you wanting to have an RV. And I was like, I love you, baby. Baby, you mean the world. I love you. So one of these days, I'm going to have one. And hopefully before Pat Mahomes' contract's over, before his deals, because that's 10, 11 years, I'll be old enough to retire. Mark, you look fresh when you get a haircut. I haven't gotten one. See, this is where my wife is kind of like, I'm from Arkansas. Honestly, it's like celebrities were coming through when you guys came to the state. Come on, man. Come on. I ain't no celebrity. Dude, look at this. I got nappy ass hair that needs, I'm afraid to go to the barber. It's been 4 months. And my wife is like, you should be able to have a ponytail by now. She's like, why isn't it growing more? I'm like, I don't know. It's like, this is about the longest it's been. This is like when I used to have the Jackson 5 fro and stuff. So I think that's as far as it's going to go. I think it just stopped. It's just nappy. But anyway, I appreciate that whole thought of, we came through Arkansas that was like, man, we're not celebrities. How's knee going? Well, I've learned some things on my knee. My wife's doing a new diet and this Noom thing, and every day it adds like 300 steps. So we're doing Samson. I got a Samson phone, and Samson has Samson Health and all that. So it tracks all your steps and stuff. And so for about the last 20 days, I've had at least 10,000 steps a day. Which isn't surprising because most of the time I'm on my feet and everything in here. But what I realized when I'm in here in the shop, the problem is I don't really bend my knees. It's more of a shuffle. And so actually going for short walks and like high stepping is actually helping my knees do a little bit better. It's giving them a little extra exercise. So already believe it or not, they have a challenge for July for Samson Health. It's called the Beach Challenge. And it's to get 200,000 steps for the month. 200,000. This is the 8th, right? How many miles? No, it's basically about 2,200 steps is about a mile. Roughly. So depending on how big your steps are. For me, it's like 2,100 steps is a mile. So if I get 10,000 steps, that's 5 miles a day. Some days, I think I had 18,000, I think, on the 4th of July. But anyway, for the month of July, I already have over 100,000 steps. Am I hiring? Well, I don't see anybody else in here working, so I could always use somebody else. Do you have skills as far as woodworking and stuff? I'm hoping to start building a house in a couple months down the country. So definitely. What I'm doing right now here, what we're doing here right now is we are building this planter for my buddy Terrence. And I've got to glue up these panels. This is actually going to be the two end panels. I've got the other, these are the other panels you can see glued up over here. These are the length ones. These are 8 foot long. And this is like 4 pieces of wood. And I'll run it through my thickness sander, which will make those seams disappear. But this is some serious woodworking here. This is something new that I've never done before. But I like a challenge. So, let me get some glue on here. But, so college football. You've got the Ivy League basically saying, we're not going to risk it. And here's where I think it has an effect on the other schools. Because I think this actually opens up lawsuits to other schools. Because now that you got the Ivy League, which people think, okay, the Ivy League, they're smart people. If they're saying it's not safe to play, and your school plays, and then I get sick, or I bring it home and somebody else gets sick because I got sick, then you could look and say, okay, you are at fault. You shouldn't have let us play because it wasn't safe. And for college football, here's where I think it's going to be kind of funny. Let's say you're in Nebraska. Nebraska doesn't have a whole lot of coronavirus, right? If you're in Nebraska and you feel safe there, and you hear about Texas, and like Texas, in Texas, like they're talking about in Houston, that they're having a lot of people that are dying at home from the coronavirus. And I know my man Q, he every day it's like he tells me about another family member that's gone to the hospital or has coronavirus or a funeral that is going to take place. So if you're in Nebraska and it's been okay where we are, do you want to go to Texas to play? Do you want to go into an area that has a lot of it? Because now it's possible that you go to Texas with your team, you end up bringing that back to your community and your school. We got 7 days left. Yeah, I know. Brian, one way or the other, it's cool. It's cool. He gonna play one way or the other. I ain't even worried about it anymore. I'm not worried about it. So you Redskin fans, see, shit's so bad for you guys. The only pleasure you have is misery for somebody else. Isn't that true, Brian? Isn't that? All right, so we got exterior glue on this because it's going to be an outdoor piece. And we need it to be able to hold up tight. I love working with wood. So, I think the big colleges will try and have a season. I think that they're just going to say, well, we don't give a rat's ass about them smart ass kids anyway. we gonna play football because we're not the Ivy League, son. And they're gonna try. But I don't know if they're gonna succeed or not. And see, I don't know how you can tell guys who aren't getting paid. See, this is the thing. See, it's one thing if I'm an NFL player and I know I'm getting $10 million to play. I have, I can decide that I want to go ahead and make that money. But if I'm a college football player and it's just my scholarship, I don't know that it's worth me risking my life for the university that's getting paid. Washington had the Hogs nickname their O-line. They should name it to the Hogs. Okay. Well, see, hey Brian, Virginia. See, Connecticut. I don't think you guys. Well, did you guys have it bad when New York? Because you guys are close to New York. Because see, New York hit it real bad. Pennsylvania there was real bad. Baltimore was looking pretty bad too. And where I live in Northern Virginia, we actually have 25% of the state's cases in here, and we were blowing up like crazy. But they immediately they locked everything down, closed the schools. They required you to wear a mask. Basically, we even had a curfew. 8 o'clock, you had to be in. And we're now at stage 3 opening. I ain't eating in a restaurant. I'm sorry. You ain't catching my ass. I'll go to a restaurant, pick up some food, wearing my mask, but I'm not going in, sitting down, and eating. See, all these idiots out there that'll say, oh, man, it's my right to be able to go to a bar. Okay, it's your right to go to a bar and die then, okay? So when you get sick, don't say nothing, okay? Don't say nothing. Because to me, I've been to the beach a lot of times, and I'll go to the beach again. But, right now, it's like, is it really worth it to go to the beach right now? You mean I literally have to go to the beach right now? I have to go to a bar right now? Why? Why? Maybe you won't get it. But what if you do and you die? You won't be going to the beach no more, will you? So right now, it's okay in my area, but that can change real quick. And just because it's okay right now, doesn't mean I can say, oh, I don't need to wear a mask. Shit. I go to the store, I go in, get what I need, and come out and sanitize my hands, and then take my mask off. It all takes one person who has it. That's right, Noah. That's it. One person. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. You're right. How you doing? Dan the Man Cunningham, Zeke fan, Daniel D, Thomas Garrett, what's up? Ethan, how you doing? Noah, where's your art? Sean Johnson, Brian Harding, Gridiron, what's up? Tiara, I see. Oh, that's 2 days in a row, Tiara. Tiara, we gotta stop meeting like this. People gonna start talking. Sherman, Trent. My Cowboys, Mr. Cowboy for life. How's everybody doing tonight? How are y'all holding up through all this? So, the question is, what are the other colleges going to do? Are they going to have football or not? I'm 99.9% sure that the NFL will be definitely playing football. You may not care for yourself, but amen, Thomas. Shout out to that. Yeah, care for other people by wearing a mask. I, I said last night, I hope I didn't offend too many people, but we got all these Karens and Dans that are going off about the signs wearing masks. It's un-American, to make me wear a mask and everything else, and they go crazy because they see a sign out front that tells them what to do, that you must wear a mask, and they go crazy. Have you seen that? It's just like, okay, for my parents, that every store that they went to before I was born, actually until I was born, there was a sign in front of the stores that they had to pay attention to and follow the rules for. You know what I mean? It would say whites only or colored only. So those people out there that get pissed off because they're telling you what to do, now you understand what it was like to be a black person during segregation. All right, that should be enough clamps on that sucker. This sucker's getting clamped up overnight. I got to go work on that bathroom in the morning, and then come back in the afternoon. We're gonna sand these suckers out, and hopefully they look good. Hey, bro, I am Mr. Oak Cliff from Dallas, Texas. What's up, Courtney? How you doing? I'm sure he's wearing one. Sure, he's wearing what? Hit that like button. Oh yeah, the bathroom was nice. Oh yeah, well, that bathroom was. I tell you what, that'll build some muscles right there. Because I tell you what, I've got my wife. She got a new activity watch, right? So this is a Samson watch, so it'll measure your steps and your heartbeat and all that. So that way you can find out if I've got an irregular heartbeat again and stuff, right? But, if I go walking for like 10 minutes, it'll say workout detected. So like, good job. You're actually doing some work, you lazy bum. But as I was jackhammering the wall today, it went off workout detected. I was like, oh shit, my job's a workout now. But that hammer drill, man, that sucker's got some weight to it. And that vibration and holding that sucker, oh man. Hump day. Gridiron, is it me or is this you? It's already freaking Wednesday. This week is literally gone. I mean, no one likes Mass Mark, but it's hey, I'm not crazy, but I tell you what I do like, living and not being sick. I do like that, so I'll wear a mask. That's no problem. But it feels like time is flying by so fast. It's already tomorrow, the 9th of July? We are 19 days away from training camp opening up. It's like, damn. Next week, this time, Dak and Mark will be crying. No, I don't think Dak will be crying. Not with $31 million. I think he'll be okay. And it's not like he was going to let me hold something. Time is on crack. I swear it's flying by because, I got up extra early this morning and, I was out of here by 8 o'clock after doing some stuff here. And it's like, damn. And I've been going all day long. And it's like, damn, hump day is gone. So, it just is what it is. I'm supposed to be a volunteer assisting for college here in the state, if there's football, that is. I just, to me, when I think of what like basketball players are doing, it's almost like you're going to be in the military. Basically, you're on a 6-month cruise. You need to leave your family and friends behind, and we're going to go play basketball, for the season. Not looking good though. I don't think it is. I think it's going to have to be springtime. I think it really is going to need to be, and that brings up its own questions because you don't know where we're going to be come February next year. If we're in the middle of flu season along with the coronavirus and then it blows up again, I just don't understand. I don't understand how we're trying to get schools open in 2 months. I just don't understand that because I know every time I get my niece and my nephew, they always coming in with snotty noses and everything else and bringing a cold. And every time they come through, I get a cold. So I'm kind of like, kids going to school, that's like, a germ bucket, and they're going to be coming home carrying that shit. It's like, that's the last people I want to have around me is a bunch of kids, snot-nosed kids. They damn sure going to be carriers. So how you going to send them to school and have them come home to grandma to babysit them? I don't understand how you do that. Kids are filthy. Yeah, that's right. Tiara, you're right. I'm eating spicy noodles at night. That's why am I doing this? Oh, gridiron. Gridiron, man. We have, it's called Fresh World. And it's like an international grocery store. And a lot of times, they'll have like the Korean aisle, they got the Japanese aisle, they got the Hispanic aisle and stuff like that, the Chinese aisle. And some of the stuff, it's not in English. You just have like, okay, there's peppers on them. So I got some noodles in there, and it turns out those suckers were extra hot. And you know me, I like spicy. But these damn noodles that they had, oh my God. I mean, I've eaten habaneros. Okay, I've done it. I've done the Pascal chip challenge. But these damn noodles, shit. I was like, they the real deal. They the real deal. So if those are like the ones I had, dog, woo. And they twice burn, the twice burn, because they burn going in and then they burn coming out the next day. They ruthless. I'm telling you, they ruthless. But anyway, I am going to be done. Football will be more realistic for coronavirus. Well, here's the thing. If we do have a football season, what it's really going to come down to is who can keep their team out of coronavirus. That's what the bottom line is going to be. Because you could have a couple of great players or your coach that could come down with corona and all of a sudden your team's shot. I mean, seriously. That's where you have to look at and say, who is best suited to take care of the corona will probably be the Super Bowl champion. That's going to be the way it is. I'm concerned it'll be more of a scab season. Oh, Dan, it's going to be ugly. Are you kidding me? No OTAs. What they proposed, NFLPA's proposed is when they start out on the 28th, 21 days of conditioning. Running, weightlifting, and all that. Then they propose, I think, 10 days of helmets and shorts. Okay? No 11 on 11. And then 8 maximum padded practices. No preseason games. So you're going to talk about some ugly football. 500 is his sister's house in Vegas. Is it? Okay. Well, he's out there with the pool then. If it was me, an NFL player, I would tell my family, honey, I got to go and get the bacon. That's what I would do. I would basically, if it were me, and that's exactly what I would do. I would say, you know what? I'm going to go stay at a hotel for the season. I will see you when the season's over with. I do not want to risk getting this stuff coming back home with it. It might be an exhibition trial before we start. No, they're going to count because the NFLPA is kind of like, why are we playing preseason games and risking losing players for that? We just need to go straight into the season. You still eat that noodle? Get yourself some milk, man. Or better, just take some olive oil. Just take a spoonful of olive oil and put it in your mouth. That'll help you. Why does your requirement require approval? Oh, okay, you must have said some shit. 49ers running back. Yeah, I heard about their running back wanting to get a trade. A lot of people want to get a trade, but it don't seem to be like anybody trying to make any trades right now. You notice that? A lot of players demanding it, and you hear that Clowney may most likely go back to Seattle. So yeah, you can want a lot of things, but reality is a mother humper. All right, guys, it is 9 o'clock. And I'm gonna go in here and spend a little time with my wife, and I'm gonna go to bed early because I got to get up early. But I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for keeping me company as we get this wood together. I got wood, and we're gonna make it into something really, really nice. And be safe out there. Cover up and wear a mask, not just for yourself, but for the people you care about and the people that you've never met. All right, be cool.